Tellerico can take you to a place inside yourself that you can't go by yourself.
How you doing, Brian? Good to see you again.
I thank you for having me.
Listen, if you're going through something in life, man, and you look and you don't feel like you're actually moving with passion and whatever your endeavors are, reach out to my man John. You know what I'm saying? He got some great perspective.
John Tallarico is without question one of the most beautiful human beings that I have met in the whole 60 years. And he happens to be, without question, the most generous person. He is the star in our company, an absolute star.
John is one of the best coaches out there.
John in my life is a coach, a mentor, and someone who I truly value a lot. He's changed my life. I know he can change yours as well.
Glad to join you. Thank you for having me, John, and thank you all for the rest of you for joining me. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you. And
all right, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Super excited for tonight's class. And we're going to be talking about networking your way to millions. Who is excited? We're going to wait for a minute for this stream just to catch up. Hello. Forgive me, I can't see your name sometimes if you put Facebook user. But welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone here inside of the Million and You Facebook group. And I believe we're also streaming over on YouTube tonight. We've been waiting for this event all week long. You know, this is something that is very dear to my heart. It's something that has allowed me to build my dream life and has allowed our clients to actually have the life of their dreams as well by following what we're going to talk about and teach about tonight. Oh, Christine Paul. Welcome, Christine. I see some of our old past and present clients. Donato, welcome. Fernando, welcome. Pamela is here as well. And so we'll just take a minute or so just to let me know in the chat. Hey, you guys, let me know where you're calling in from in the chat if you would do that. Tonight, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to really share with you how you can actually follow some of these steps and actually build and create the network of your dreams. You can find those joint venture partners. You can find the relationships that you want that are going to really elevate and move your business in quantum leaps. And so this is something that I know to be true. Why? Because it's worked in my life and it's worked in all the people's lives that we've shared it with. And so it has allowed me, like I said, to build a whole group of relationships and partnerships all over the world. Millionaires, billionaires, celebrities, sports legends, prime ministers. And the best part is people like you and I, just, normal people who are willing to not give up, to say, I know that there's something more. And guess what? We helped hundreds of people all over the world in 26 different countries achieve the life of their dreams. Hello, here's a YouTube link. Lily, great to see you as well. Selena is here. And so we'll just wait a few more minutes as people start to pour in. Let me know who else? Kathleen, great to see you as well. Let me know where you're calling in from, Kathleen. Which city are you in? We're over here in Phoenix. Fernanda and I are in the 105-degree heat. So tonight is really, I want it to be a conversation because I believe that with these, when you master these 3 C's, I call them, right? Communication, commitment, and connection, you are unstoppable. And that is what I believe life is about, building that relationship, building connections with people all over the world so that you can help support each other in their goals and dreams. Wow. Hello from Ghana. Great to see you. I've been down there twice now to Accra. Kathleen, great to see you from Ontario. Welcome. Boise, Idaho is here. Welcome. And where else do we have? Yonkers, New York. Great to see you, Sonia. Katy, Texas. Yes, Selena. And so I want you guys to be engaged tonight. I want you to let me know in the chat how you are finding the information. How does it resonate with you? What else would you like me to talk about? Is there something I could further clarify? And first, let me know. We actually last week had an amazing week last week. We put together something that we've been working months on called our Success Secrets Uncovered, Unlocked, actually. We unlocked the key last week and we shared with a lot of people. How many of you, if you'll let me know in the chat, were able to attend those 5 days last week? It was a really powerful, wonderful event. And I want to welcome several people who actually took that leap of faith. They didn't need to grow wings on the way down. They knew that they were already there. We just dusted them off for them last week. So a huge welcome and a special thank you for becoming part of the exclusive Million and You coaching community. LaRoya and Golem and Billy, great to have you with us. Sonia Merritt, great to see you as well. And so tonight, we're going to talk about networking. networking your way to millions. How do you do that? How do you go from where you are, where you feel, remind you, where you think and feel that you don't have any connections, to being able to partner with some of the top industry leaders in the world, to be able to pick up the phone and call millionaires and billionaires, ask for their advice, partner with celebrities, maybe on some kind of joint venture you have. And great. You're very welcome for the Super 5 days. Got the key. Excellent. How other of you actually were there last week? Let us know in the chat. We had a wonderful 5 days, and we really took you on a ride last week about where you were at, kind of started to look at habits and why we made the decisions and have been getting the results that we have up until now. And then we kind of took you on this journey to what is possible. By Friday, we shared with you guys what is possible for you to create the life of your dreams. Now, Sharon, welcome as well, Selena. And so a lot of what we taught last week, we're going to touch on briefly tonight. I just want to spend these next 30, 45 minutes sharing with you, how do you network? So right now, I want you to think of the one person, and I want you to let me know in the wonderful chat, in the chat. I just saw the wonderful 5 days. Again, you're very welcome. Let me know in the chat, who is that one person that you would love to connect with, that you would love to partner with, maybe form some kind of joint venture? If you'll let me know in the chat, just put the names over there. In the meantime, I know some of you may be hearing me speak for the very first time, and so I'm going to share briefly about my story in a minute. I put together a presentation for you guys, why I love to teach from my slides. I also like to make this a two-way dialogue. So we'll go back and forth to those. I'll share a little bit about my story. I see somebody put Les Brown, Vision. I know him as well. Elon Musk, I believe you wanted to put in there. Lots of Les Brown. And who else? We got a lot of Les Brown. For those of you who saw that first opening minute of our speaker reel and our testimonial reel for the company, you saw those endorsements by Les Brown, by Bob Proctor. We've done business with Jack Canfield. I've been able to travel the world with Akon. He sold 50 million records, prime ministers. And so I'm going to share a little bit more about that. Joe, Fernanda on that Joe Dispenza kick. I love it. And so let me share my screen here for a second. Oprah, I see that. Sharon Lecter. Fernanda and I just came back from the British Virgin Islands, where actually Sharon was down there hosting a 5-day workshop. And this is on a private island a friend of ours owns called Buck Island in the British Virgin Islands. And that's what's possible. She's 34 years old. If you don't know who Brittany Turner is, you want to be following her. She is absolutely amazing. James Malinchek, April Sellers, welcome. Mr. Spielberg, I see. Denzel, wonderful. Great. I want you guys to really start to use your imagination. This is going to be fun tonight. And really, I don't want you to worry about how it's going to happen right now. I just want you to think and dream a little bit about who you would love to meet. Now, let me share my slides real quick for you guys. And we're going to go in much greater detail about this. Let me find them here. All right. 1 second, everyone. All right. And let me share those slides. Okay. All right. Having a small little technical challenge, but don't worry, I will figure it out. I cannot figure it out. Okay, let me see if we can share that. All right. Let me, you guys able to see, actually you're seeing me now, but let me switch over here to my slides. Fernanda, maybe you could come help me, please. How I can get these slides up. Sorry, you guys. All right, I'm going to stop sharing because that's obviously not working. Let me figure that out. You guys, hold on 1 second. So I'll get Fernanda to help me do that. Having issues? Yes, I am. So Donato, happy to see you as well, sir, and good evening. Let me, before we get started here, ask you a question. I want to ask you right now, what is it costing you? I want you to think for a minute about what is it costing you to not have the network of your dreams? And so what's it costing you in dollars and lack of customers and sales? Hold on, I have Fernanda trying to help me here as we share the screen. They're down here. You guys, forgive me. This has not happened before, so let me see what we can do to figure it out. Let me try.
Oh, they're here.
Yeah, they're down there. All right. All right, I'm going to keep talking. So I want you to start to think about what is it that is costing you to not have the relationships, the connections, the kind of network that you want in your business and in your personal life. And let me know in the chat. What does it cost you in terms of money, in terms of not having the clients that you want to have? In terms of not being able to do the things that you want to do, not being able to expand and grow your business, not being able to take those vacations that you want to take. Maybe we try here. And you guys, I apologize. We have never had this challenge before. And so let me try something. Do you think... All right, I'm just going to upload the slides, you guys. So forgive me 1 second as I get this done. 1 second, you guys. All right, in the meantime, let me know in the chat. I want to see some more names in there. Let me know who is it, that one person that if you met over the course of these next 12 months would change everything for you, would change everything for you. All right, there we go. Sorry, you guys, a little technical challenge. Our slides are uploading as we speak. So let me know in the chat right now. And thank you for being very patient and kind, you guys. Yes, tech challenges happen. Tony Robbins. All right, great. Now, when we're done with this conversation tonight, you're going to have a clear path and a clear blueprint about how to make that happen. All right. And so, again, let me know in the chat, who is that one person that you would love to meet over the next 12 months? And for me, I'm just going to tell you guys, I would love to meet Tom Brady or Seth Curry. People in Boston, don't get upset with me about that. All right. So I am going to bring those up right now. LS Kirkpatrick, Laura, great to see you as well. And so in the meantime, you guys, Kathleen, thank you very much. We can meet, no problem if you're in Ontario. Thank you for that. What is it also costing you? I want you to think about, imagine for a minute that you had all the money that you wanted, that you could buy whatever you want, that you could do whatever you want, that you could help whoever you want, that you had that freedom to do whatever you want. You could take that dream vacation. What would that be worth to you? I think it would be worth everything. And so finally, we got it figured out, you guys. Thank you for that. And again, you guys, part of life, right? We don't want to take things too serious. We want to have a good time. And so here we go. All right. Who are you? What is it you are asking us to do? Priceless. Great. Who wants to meet John as well? No, not a problem. So again, for those of you who don't know me, hearing me speak for the very first time, my name is John Tellerico. I am a results coach. I'm the founder of our company called The Million in You, where we teach people how to connect to the right kind of thinking, the right kind of message, and the right kind of relationships to help them achieve their goals and dreams. Now, I want you to answer me in the chat right now. How would you feel? Someone said Damon John, and there you go. He's right in front of you on the screen. How would you feel if you had a network, not photos, but you actually had a network of people like this, that you could actually reach out to them and actually say, hey, I have an idea, or I want to run something by you, or hey, could we partner on this? I see some of the people there, Grant Cardone. I'll probably have to change that number, but Shah Rukh Khan is one of the Time Magazine's voted 50 most influential people in India. He's a huge star in Bollywood. Brian Lara, a legend in the cricket world, has stadiums named after him. And you are literally one connection away from changing your life. Billionaires, people who, one of our clients and friends owns one of the football clubs in England. So how would you feel? Priceless, Kathleen says. How would you feel if you had this kind of network? If you could actually pick this thing up right now and just email or call one of these people? How would you feel? Priceless. Let me know in the chat, you guys. How would that feel if you had this kind of network? Now, again, I asked you, what is it costing you not to have the right kind of network? To sit there and think that that your success, that your financial future is in the hands of somebody else, that you have to kind of rely on maybe hopefully getting a good break or some kind of luck to make things happen. Somebody said life-changing, awesome, powerful, relieved, right? Well, that's what's possible. That's what's possible for all of you. One of my favorite quotes by Albert Einstein, he said, there's been a quantum leap technologically in our age. Now, this is back in his age, right? But unless there's another quantum leap in human relations, not texting relations, right? Not drive-through relations, but human relations. Unless we learn to live in a new way towards one another, there will be a catastrophe. What is happening now? We've become, right, the drive-through society, looking for that quick fix, rather than talking to each other, communicating with each other. There is no problem in the world that cannot be solved or resolved with just a simple conversation. But what happens? A lot of times our ego gets in the way, that old programming, and what do? We turn into blame mode, right? We turn into anger, we get defensive, and yet we need to learn how to connect with each other and how to build better relationships. That's what I believe we're here to do. All of us. We're here to connect with one another. To why? To realize and recognize the preciousness in each other, the magnificence, beauty, love, and wisdom in each other, and help push each other to unveil and reveal that greatness and magic inside. We call it the million in you. And so that's what we do. And we want you to actually work toward that, where you understand who you are. Who you are is extremely powerful, unlimited, unstoppable, and undeniable in who you are. And so I want to share a little bit about my experience, strength, and hope. I want to give people hope. That's why I do what I do. I want to give them hope for the future, which makes them what? Very empowered and powerful in the present. Now, as I said, I'll take just a couple minutes. Why? Because some of you may not have heard me speak before or have heard my story. Now, I just want to share with you why. Because if I'm able to build, showed you, then so can you. And I'll just take a couple minutes. Again, as I said, my name is John Tellerico. I like to say a results coach. Why? Because results are the name of the game. I know you got all kinds of other coaches. Our mission as a company is to get our clients results. And that's what we do. We give them the blueprint of how the top 3% of the people in the world think, act, and operate. We show and share with them how the only issue, there's only one issue in the world, and that is ignorance, in the sense of, what does ignorance mean? It means just misunderstanding. It means the wrong information. That's all it is. So when you're talking about networking to millions of people or millions of dollars, it's just because we somehow think that we don't have the way, we don't know how. We're introverts, right? We like to say that one. We don't have a plan to make it happen. Well, I want to undo all that tonight, right? And give you the wisdom. What is wisdom? It's right thinking. Now, everything works by law, God's law, right? And so with my story, look, my business, as I said, is called The Million in You. I believe we all have that empire inside of us, right? That ability to build that kingdom, whatever we want, the partnerships, the relationships, the dream life that we want. Now, I'm a self-taught entrepreneur. My parents didn't go to school, and now I design my own life for freedom. I get up when I want, I do what I want, I go where I want. And so we've been able, Fernanda and I, and to go to some of the most amazing places around the world these last couple of years. But my life has had a lot of ups and downs. I was fired from every single job I had. And I am proof that if I can overcome anything that I've been through, I know you guys can do it too. So I've created and been able to work with some amazing clients and people. There's Lewis Housen, Les Brown, and I in Lewis's office in Los Angeles. My very dear friend and my old mentor, who is now moved on February 3rd, Bob Proctor, is very, very impactful and influential in my life. Sonia Riccati, for those of you who may know her, one of the top people in the personal development field, producer of the amazing movie called Unsinkable. Great to see you, Don Shade, John Bolden as well. And of course, Damon John. I spent 2.5 years in one of the most exclusive buildings in the world, right? With Acom. We had a half of the 66th floor, and Damon and the FUBU guys had the other half. Here's some of my clients, and these are some of the business partners that I've had, right? And so that's what's possible for all of you. Now, I also devote myself to bigger missions. I was a big brother for a couple of years when I was younger. I volunteered for Free Arts for Abused Children. That's a cause that's very dear to my heart for very personal reasons. And I'd love to volunteer for an organization called the Starkey Hearing Foundation. We've been able to do amazing stuff around the world. With COVID, that's kind of changed a little bit. But before that, I was able to bring them to Trinidad and Tobago. We gave 1,600 people the gift of hearing. I was able to help through one of my connections, through one of my people in my network, to sponsor almost 30,000 kids in India were able to get free hearing aids. That's what life's about. Now, there is a word that when I say it, right, we talk about networking. People get 70, 80% of you watching right now are going to be like, oh, John is going to force me to do something I don't want to do. And the reason that most of you have that reaction is because you've been taught it the wrong way. It's been taught the wrong way. Now, if we go to Webster's Dictionary and we look at what exactly is networking, it's simply interacting with other people to exchange information. It's what we're doing here tonight to develop what? Contacts, especially to further one's career. All of you are here because you're business owners, you're entrepreneurs, or you want to start your own business. You want to develop the relationships, the partnerships that are going to help elevate your business. And so when you understand networking, what it really means about just building those connections, building those relationships, It takes a lot of the charge and a lot of the anxiety away from the word, thinking that, we get told all the time, right? John, I don't like to meet people. I'm an introvert. Well, when you understand the program and you realize that you weren't born that way, that it's just this kind of false self-image that's been instilled in you. And so what we have to do is we have to uninstall that program and put in the program of what? That you are powerful, that you are confident, that you are clear on what you're doing and where you want to go, that you are accountable, that you accept full responsibility for everything in your life. And so I see Dothan, welcome, Mary, good to see you. Now, when I mastered networking and I mastered what I'm going to share with you here, you guys, my life started to soar. Absolutely soar. There you see me standing in the offices of Facebook. I'm on the good friend Onyx Singal's podcast. He's done over $350 million online. And I joined Bob Proctor's company as one of his consultants. We quickly went from 0 to 150 clients in record time, faster than anyone has ever done that. Now, how did I do that? I believe it was done by these 7 laws. I put together, these are my 7 laws of networking, and I know they work. Why? Because I've been able to build a kind of network that I have, and our clients have been able to build networks that they have. I can't tell you how many clients that have gone through our coaching program have been on podcasts and shows with people like Les Brown, people like Ed Milet. One of our clients is a Hall of Fame football player from the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Brian Dawkins, and he's been able to do amazing things as well to get his message out there. We've had other clients, Christine, I think she's here as well. She had her first 7-figure year. Other client, Jermaine, he decided he wanted to make $300,000. That was 3 times more than he's ever done in a year. And guess what? He hit it exactly. We've had other clients leave their 6-figure jobs in a week, all because they have mastered the right way to think their way into the results they want, and they've been able to apply and use these laws of networking. So what are these 7 laws? Let's go through these real quick. All right, you guys. So the first law to network to anybody, and we're going to get into the how about it, right? I know all you guys are thinking, okay, but John, tell me how to do it. That's the first mistake. The how, don't worry about the how. The how will take care of yourself when you master these laws. And then I'm going to give you the steps. But first of all, first thing you want to do is take on the law of attitude. Earl Nightingale called it the magic word, right? The magic word, he said, was gratitude. And how do you develop actually, he said the magic word was attitude, right? And so how do you develop a great attitude? Through gratitude. Waking up each day. All of our clients write out 10 people or things they're grateful for every day. When you take on a great attitude, your results start to change immediately. You want to change your vibration right now? Change your attitude. Look around you. Write out 10 things that you're grateful for. I know because some of you right now, even though you're on this call, maybe aren't having the best attitude right now because you think things aren't working out how they're supposed to. Things are always working out how they're supposed to, as the universe, God, is always conspiring with you to get you what you want. And so change your attitude. Take on a great attitude, right? Viktor Frankl, in his great book, Man's Search for Meaning, said everything can be taken from a man or woman but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. He suffered unspeakable horrors in the concentration camp, right? But they couldn't take that one thing away from him, his attitude. So when things are looking bad on the outside, maintain that great attitude. Never let anything outside of you determine how you feel, think, act, or operate. You live your life from the inside out. So when it comes to networking, you start to take on that great attitude of, you know what? I have something of great value, and I'm going to connect to this person no matter what. No matter what. I will not be denied. That's the attitude you want to take. You want to create that self-image of somebody who is what? Unstoppable. And then what do you want to do? You want to remind yourself on a daily basis, right? Continue to work on your self-confidence, because what happens? Undoubtedly, the committee shows up. I call it this thing up here, that if you don't master the committee will master you. How many times we actually know what we need to do, but we don't necessarily do what we know how to do? Why is that? We have this gap, right? We have this gap. And that gap is what? From our old programming. It's from our habits and paradigms. Same with networking. Same with building relationships. We start to list these people. I saw some of the amazing names on there. Oprah and Denzel Washington, Joe Dispenza, and all of that. And then what happens? Immediately after you guys put those names there, you start the committee kicks in. Like, come on. How are you really going to meet this person? What do you have to offer? And it's all this noise, negativity, and nonsense that has been put there by what? by society, by programming, your parents, your genetics. That's not how we want to live. That's the old model of living. We operate and live from a new model. That new model says we are unlimited in what we can do, be, and have, and who we can become. And we can live from the end. We can see ourselves with the wish fulfilled and design a life of freedom. Now, your attitude is what? It's like a cake mix. You mix it together. It's your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So if you're not having a good day today, take a moment and look inward and say, what am I thinking? Where is my energy really focused? Is it focused on where I want to go, knowing that I have a goal, a very definite, clear goal of what I want to do in terms of networking? Is it very focused on building that relationship? And then how am I feeling today? Am I feeling like I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm about ready to give up? Or am I feeling excited and grateful? Because why? Because guess what? All of you here, and there's at least dozens of you watching here and a bunch other on YouTube. Guess what? All of you woke up today. You have something to be extremely grateful for. All of us did. Because some people didn't. So we start to change how we're thinking. And then we start to feel differently. Guess what happens? We raise our vibration. And then we act in a different way. Now, this goes against what most of us have been taught, right? It's a lot easier to stay in that low vibration and feel like a victim. And that's what we've been taught, right? Play it safe. Or look at someone else as a result of why things are happening to you, right? And yet, that's not how your dream life is created. That's not how you build a network. You build a network to millions. You build a network of industry leaders by having an attitude that you are absolutely amazing, that you have something magnificent and powerful to share with the world, and that you're going to add tremendous value to whoever you meet. All right, feeling is the secret. Yes, I love whoever wrote that. Somebody said they would like to meet me. If you let us know in the chat where you are, if we go there, or we'll let you know, we have a live event coming up. We'll share a little bit about that soon, but we have a live event in Atlanta. I believe we're going to have that in September. So we would love to meet all of you down there. Now, the second law is, let's keep moving here, is the law of motion. You take on a great attitude. You change your attitude, you change your results immediately, right? You start to change your attitude. Things start to happen. People, places, opportunities start to show up. Other people call it luck. You call it wisdom, because you know everything works by law. When you change your vibration, you move to that new level, that goal that you set in your mind. I want to meet this person. That's a actual place, right? It has a certain vibration, that reunion, that connection. So now I have a different attitude. Guess what happens now? You got to get moving. The law of motion, you got to go in every day. We have all of our clients develop a daily success ritual. We talked about it last week. Go all in. Be willing to die for what you want. Find that burning desire. If you're not waking up every day inspired, jumping out of bed, going after what you want, you either don't have the right goal or you don't have any goal at all. So the second law is just to get moving. Do something. By sitting still and doing nothing, you're actually doing something. You're making a choice. Now, all of you have built-in motivator. It's called dissatisfaction. We're having this call right now with people. I know there's some people international all over the world, because somebody was dissatisfied and they said, no, I'm not going to listen to what's realistic. I'm going to go and build my dream. And now I'm talking to you, sitting here in a desk in Phoenix, talking to people all over the world. Flying an airplane. Why? Because two brothers who certainly weren't mechanical engineers, they were mechanics, decided that they were not going to listen to anyone else. And so they said, we're going to take action. Goethe said, right, he who moves not forward goes backwards. You're either in creation or disintegration. Now, the third law is the law of desire. This is so important. Who do you want to meet? And now, why do you want to meet them? What is the point? Now, if the point is just meeting that person, and you can run up to Joe Dispenza or someone else and take a photo, and that's going to inspire and change your life and the trajectory of your results, then that is great. You're very clear about your intention, and that's what it's going to be. And that's what you want to set as your goal. But if it's to somehow partner, if it's to somehow share with somebody like a Les Brown, and you have an event, you want him to come speak at the event, or maybe you have a program and a course, you want to get some big affiliates to promote it for you. If that's the goal, then make sure that you're very clear about the desire for wanting to connect and create this kind of network. Now, when I built my network, I said, my life wasn't working. I remember very clearly December 1st, 2009, right? I got a text. I was fired. Thrown out on the street, had to borrow money, and I had a choice, right? I wanted to give up. I felt completely destroyed. I felt like a failure. How many of you know what it's like to just kind of feel like things have not worked out? And maybe, you just kind of are hanging on. I know what it's like. And so I decided, there was that defining moment where I said, I'm not going to go out like this, that I know I'm here. And as all of you know that you are here, you have to believe it, that you're here for something, because you have something special inside of you that needs to come out. And so you want to build that law of desire. Now, with networking, let's build you a network of riches, right? Let's build you a network of people who are the top of their industry, that they are the best in the world. Let's make sure that you're partnering with those people. It's just as easy to aim high in life as it is to accept mediocrity. So let's go for the best. Let's build a network of millionaires, billionaires. And then law number 4 is make a decision. Decide right now that this is the person you're going to meet. Start thinking, right? That burning desire. Get your imagination, put it to work. Your imagination is one of your greatest gifts. You're one of your 6 spiritual gifts, right? We have these higher mental faculties. We have our will, right? The ability to focus, give yourself a command. We have the imagination, our intuition, memory, reason, and perception. Greatest of all, which is your imagination. Get your imagination going again. Get that burning desire. Wow, I really want to meet Denzel Washington. I want to meet Oprah, Les Brown, Damon John. Doesn't matter, but make a decision. And then when you do that, be very clear about why you want to meet that person. What is it? And that's where you want to have an actual clear plan for when you do meet him, right? Thoreau said, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, right, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. So let's start planting those spiritual networking seeds now. Don't worry about how yet. I'm going to show you that. And then let's get moving, right? And then law number 5, the law of cause and effect, right? There are certain things that are going to happen based on what you do. So now when you start to take certain action, which I'm going to share with you, that is going to cause something to happen. That something to happen is going to be you building your amazing network of people, right? And you do that by what? Leaving every person with the impression that you come in contact with the impression of increase. Wallace Wattles said that in one of my favorite books. If you have not read that, all of you should get The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, written in 1902, the basis of the movie The Secret. Now, Wallace talked about making sure that you always leave people with the impression of increase. That's what we do as a company. We want to make sure that we over-deliver for our clients, that we give them everything that they need to know to get the results that they want. We can be responsible to them. We can't be responsible for them. We cannot show up at their house, even though we've tried to a few times. But always leave everybody with the impression of increase, and always treat people as if they're the most important person in the world. Now, law number 6, the law of uniqueness. And this is what's going to get you that network. You're going to stand out. Law number 4 was the law. Somebody's asking about that. If you guys want to just let me go back to that real quick. Law number 4 was make a decision. Law number 5, knowing the law of cause and effect. Leave every person with the impression of increase. We're going to get in a little more detail about that later. Law number 6 is the law of uniqueness. You want to create what I call little things for big connections. Simple little gestures change the world for the better. All of the relationships you saw earlier, all of the ones that our clients are doing are happening because of little things for big connections. Now, I spent $5, and guess what? That turned into me being mentored and becoming personal friends with the greatest teacher on human success and potential in the last 60 years, Bob Proctor. I decided to do what I'm teaching you guys. I had saved up some money. I went to a seminar because I was tired of getting the same old results, hoping and wishing my luck would change. And I went to a thing called The Paradigm Shift. The name of the book is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Make sure you guys read that. You can actually find it for free on the internet. Now, little things for big connections, I call it. So I spent $5. Bob played this one song the whole weekend. For those of you who have heard me share this story, that's what started. And that led to what? You saw Bob on the opening reel giving me an endorsement for what I do. Now, I knew somehow I was going to have a relationship and be in his inner circle and be mentored by him. I had no idea how it was going to happen. How it happened was because I listened. I started to observe what was important to him. Now, Bob had reached the pinnacle of his career, right? He had all the fame and accolades that he needed, and all the money he needed. So I didn't really have anything to offer, so I thought. And that's where you want to focus on what is it that you can do to make an impression in somebody's life, to actually add value, to touch their heart, to touch their soul. Bob played this one song 2.5 days in a row, over and over and over again. Excuse me. I realized that that meant something to him. So what did I do? I went to and did some research and found out that guy was still alive. And then I went and found a record on eBay and made sure that I got him to autograph it for Bob. And that led to, excuse me, guys, an amazing partnership, an amazing relationship. Law number 7 is something I call the law of 2 people removed. I know you guys have all heard about the 6 degrees of separation. I don't believe that to be true, and I can prove it. I believe that you're 1 or 2 connections away from meeting anyone in the world. Anybody. Now, even Facebook has studied their 1.2 billion users. They even found that the level of connection, the degree of connection, or separation, if you want to call it, is like 3.6 or 3.2. I believe it's through just 1 or 2 connections. So, excuse me, as you start to think of who you want to meet, I want you to start to think of who do you know that may know somebody else that could introduce you to somebody. So I can hear a lot of you guys say right now, right? It's not 6 degrees of separation anymore, but I don't know anybody, right? I don't know anyone. Is that true or false? True or false? It's actually false because you guys know me now, right? So let's say you had something that you wanted to partner with ex-President Obama, and you guys now know me, right? I know the former ambassador from Trinidad and Tobago. There he is in the Oval Office. Now, is it far-fetched? Certainly. But so was the idea of blasting through the sky in a metal tube. It's possible. All we need is proof that if one person can do it, any person can do it. So that's possible. Something in politics, something in royalty. I saw her just the other day at the Queen's Jubilee, right? But let's say you want to get to the Queen. You guys know me. There's me with, as I mentioned earlier, my good friend Brian Lara, right? One of the greatest cricket players of all time. And there's Brian in front of the Queen. That's what's possible when you start to use your imagination. Sharks. Again, you guys are 2 people removed, right? You know me. There I am with Damon. And then Damon knows all the other sharks. That's what's possible. And then when you master those 7 laws and you start to do things for other people, guess what happens? You start to get quotes and endorsements by people like this, from Onyx and Gull, who's done 300+ million, from Bob Proctor, right? And then you get to have clients like people like Les Brown and Akon. And this is one of my favorite quotes. It's by Albert Schweitzer. He says, sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into flame by an encounter with another human being. Connection, right? Meeting. Encounter with another human being. Each of us owes the deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this inner light. Somebody rekindled the inner light in me, and that was Bob Proctor. And then it was Les Brown. And some of you feel like maybe that light has gone out. It hasn't gone out. It's just turned down way low. And so what we love to do here at The Million in You is actually help you turn that light up, where that flame burns bright, where you get that burning desire again, and you start to build and create the network of your dreams. Now, you have 2 options to do this. 2 options, you guys. And I want to actually back up a second and talk a little bit more about building these relationships and connections. So you could build a network on your own through trial and error, and you can see how you do. Or we can do it together, right? I love to help people. Now, let me just back up for a minute, because one of the things, the first step you want to do, right? I told you. Now, you have those laws, but in those laws, there's certain steps you want to take. Now, let's just keep it very simple tonight. First thing is you need to do, I want you to decide right now who in the next 12 months, that if you met them and partnered with them, would change the trajectory of your whole life. It would change everything for you. And I want you to write it down. Make a list of 10 people. And then I want you to ask yourself the question, why do you want to meet them? What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Do you want to write a book with them? You know, we have people on here tonight that said, I'm not going to be denied. I'm going to be part of a book anthology with the legendary Les Brown. And so we have 30 people. I don't know. I see some of them, a lot of them here tonight that are part of that book anthology, who just a few short months ago thought of the idea of being in a book with Les Brown was the furthest thing from their mind. Again, a testament to what's possible. And so start to think about, why is it that you want to meet this person? Do you have some kind of a course or something online that you want to find affiliates to promote with you? Something like that. Doesn't matter. Or do you just want that photo? Because that photo is going to inspire you. Because you are meeting that person who has made an impact, a huge impact on your life. Maybe change the whole direction of your life. At a time, you know, Les and I host a class every week with Les called The Power Voice. And I hear every week people say about how his speeches on YouTube changed his life. People like Jim Rohn, people like, Tony Robbins, they have changed people's lives. And so that's what's possible. So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing that is so important when you're building a network and you want to create millions of dollars, you have to do your research. You have to spend time to get to know the person. So when I went to Bob's event, right, Proctor, I knew he was in the secret. I knew he spoke all over the world. I knew he'd been doing this for a very long time. I knew he read Think and Grow Rich for the last 60 years. And then by what? Being open and observing, I knew that he loved that song. I can see clearly now. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day, right? Johnny Nash. And so I did my research. I'm like, wow, this is something he really loves. Who else? Some other people. Les Brown, did my research. I know the man loves popcorn, right? Not supposed to be eating it, but he loves it. There's a billionaire client. Yes, a billionaire client of ours that owns one of the clubs in England. Did my research. Loves Krispy Kreme donuts, right? I spent $6. Now, is it something that means much to them? Probably not. But the fact that you take the time to do something, and I call it that little thing for big connections. You want to start to do the research and find out what is something that you can do that is very unique, that will separate you from other people, that will actually make a lasting impression on that person's life. But maybe you can start to build a connection and a relationship. Now, this is where you also have to let go of any expectation, because that's manipulation. Now, I was perfectly willing to never hear from Bob Proctor, ever, because I knew, guess what, that no matter what, I was going to make an impact in that man's life. I knew that when I dropped off that album, autographed to Bob, framed, that it was going to put a smile on his face. And guess where that led? I had no idea where it was going to lead. I held the vision where I knew where I wanted it to lead, but I was perfectly okay. And guess what happened? I got to build a wonderful friendship and mentorship. I love him very much. He was so special in my life. And that's what's possible. Same with Les Brown, right? He was the greatest motivator. I used to listen to him on the radio. And so when I met him, I told him that. And so that's what's possible when you guys start to master these steps. So do your research, get to know everything you can about the person. Start to then get to know everything you can about the gatekeeper. Now, there's more than one gatekeeper. There's many ways to approach somebody. There's 3 approaches you can take. You can go direct. What do you need to do to go direct? You got to put yourself in the mix. If you see Joe Dispenza at some event or Les Brown speaking at some event, get yourself over there. Invest money in your goal and dream. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, do you really deserve? Do you really deserve to have that dream life? Because guess what? I guarantee all of you spend at least $1,000 on one of these, right? Every couple of years. We'll always find a way for the things that we want to do. And yet somehow we actually put investing in ourselves as one of the lowest priorities. It should be the top priority. Put yourself in the mix. Put yourself in a position to win. Go to these events. Volunteer for some of the events. And so you want to continue the research. That's the first approach. Sometimes it's as simple as just walking up to somebody. I walked up to Les Brown event. Yes, was I this thing talking to me? Absolutely. But guess what? Have that burning desire. I was on a mission to learn from the absolute best. I wanted to learn from the best teacher on human success. I wanted to learn from the best motivator. And I was not going to be denied. Why? Because I got so sick and tired of not having the life of my dreams. How many know what that feels like? That you're getting sick and tired and feeling like, yes, that your results are in the hands of something outside of you. Anybody feel like that? Let me know in the chat. Lisa, good to see you as well. Pamela, it's possible. Absolutely. Not only is your goal and your dream and building a network possible, it's necessary. All of you have a gift. You have that one special thing. I see several of you put down me. Yes. And so we want to bust through that terror barrier. We want to bust through those limiting beliefs into a life of possibility, probability, and certainty. And so the first approach is you just walk up and ask, hey, I'm a big fan of yours. You made a huge difference in my life. Do you think I could get a few minutes of your time? Second approach is you go through the gatekeeper, which is what I call what? That one person removed. Yes, Carmen. You go through the one person removed. It's usually what? The executive assistant. It's the lawyer. It's the press agent. It's the manager. It's the agent. It's the crew from maybe his when he grew up. It's the lawyer. You just never know. But you have to do your research and find out who is in that inner circle. And then do your research on what's important to them. Let's say you wanted to meet back then when Bob was still with us, right? For those of you who did your research, you'll know Gina Hayden has been with Bob for over 30 some years. She is instrumental in making sure. She is the gatekeeper, right? And so you want to do your research, get to know the people. The third approach is the one I call two people remove. You guys all know me now. So if someone in my network can help you, then you reach out to me. Who else do you know? And that's where you want to use things like social media to gather all kinds of information. I just saw LinkedIn now makes it so easy. They will actually tell you, hey, Carmen knows Jill, who actually knows Denzel Washington. Or maybe Jill knows Denzel Washington's agent. Or maybe Carmen knows the manager. But you want to spend time, dig deep, keep going, be persistent, don't give up. And then, that's number 2. Then the third thing, right? This is the game changer. Little thing for big connection. What can you do? When you make the approach, because everyone's always trying to get something from these people, how can you be different? How can you be different? I've had clients send me things. They send me statues and things. They've sent us books. I sent things to people, right? I got someone who loved yo-yos and I wanted to meet them. Actually, it was Bob Proctor, right? He loves yo-yos. I found somebody who hand carved a wooden yo-yo. And what else? Autographed cricket bat. So find out what's important to these people, right? I'd share with you the Krispy Kreme donut story. And so that's what's possible when you start to think of the little things. What are some of the things that are very unique? Do they love, let's say, for example, maybe they're a big Marvel fan, right? Maybe they love a superhero movie. So maybe you go spend $20 and buy a figurine and you send it off with your proposal. The idea here is how can you be different and unique and make an impact in somebody's life so that they can actually start to pay attention. You can build that connection. It's possible. Let me stop my sharing here, you guys. Let me remove those and come back to you. So those 3 things are key, right? Make a decision on who you want to meet and why you want to meet them. Number 2, do your research. What is it they like? What are their dislikes? Where are they from? Did they go to college? They like music. They like movies. What do they like? Get to know the inner circle. Get to know that one person removed. And then work backwards, reverse engineer, and find out who is that second person removed. Right? Now, I saw some of you, I'm very touched and grateful, wanted to meet me, or even Les Brown, right? But to meet me, you could reach out and simply send an email. Now, as I said, you have 2 choices when you want to build a network to millions, when you want to set and achieve goals. You can do it on your own. And for those of you who were with us last week when we did our 5-day event, we shared an opportunity where you don't have to do it on your own. Because let's face it, I have never met anyone who's been able to really master and change those paradigms, those nasty habits. You know, we'll start and stop, right? How many of you have gone to those seminars? You come home Sunday night fired up, right? I know I saw Golem on here. Golem and I both walked those coals. And on Sunday, we were on top of the world, right? We're going to light the world on fire. And guess what happens? It's never lasting change. Why? Because we're not going to the root cause. So when it comes to building a network of millions of people, you have to go to the root cause that has stopped you from doing it up until now. That root cause is not in what you're doing. It's in what you're thinking. And I've been blessed to have 2 of the greatest mentors of all times, over 100 and some years of knowledge and wisdom pouring into me, through me, that I've been able to share and teach the stuff with other people around the world. Bob Proctor spent 60 years teaching people on human success and potential. Les Brown has spent the last 40 years teaching people how to get people to wake up, to find that hunger in them, to find their greatness in them, right? To get people to know, like, and trust you, where you can actually disrupt their pattern and give them hope for the future. And so that's what's possible for all of you when you want to build your network. So more than likely, I've never met anyone who's done it on their own, but how do you change those habits? How do you change the patterns where we say, okay, John, this is great. I'm fired up now. Great information tonight. I'm going to go out and meet Denzel or something. And then in a few weeks or days, if something doesn't happen right, you kind of just give up. How many of you have done that, right? I know I have. And why is that? Because the only way to change those paradigms, the only way to change habits is what? Through repetition. Just like when you're working out at the gym. Well, you have to work out your mind. It's a mental muscle, right? And the only way to do that is through repetition and high elite level coaching. And that is what we do. And we've been very good at it. Why? Because we have actually found our burning desire. Our burning desire is to help wake people up, give them hope, show them the exact plan and blueprint of how to build a network to millions. And so we want to extend a special opportunity for all of you right now on here to actually book a call with myself or Fernanda, get on a call with us and our team, find out what's possible. Let us show you how your life can look in 6 months from now or a year from now. As I said, we had several people last week, Golem, Leroya, Billy, take action and join our family. You can actually make quantum leaps in your life and in your income and in your results and in your network if you just do things in a certain way. And we have been very good at mastering that certain way. We've been very good at mastering that blueprint. And what it requires on your part is to actually say, okay, I'm willing to be coachable because my way is not working. And so we would love for you to book a call. Fernando will put the link in the chat right now to book a call with us, and let us show you on this call what's possible. Let us show you how we can get you from where you are now to where you want to be, how you can overcome the committee, how you can bust through those terror barriers and actually override, rewrite, and reinstall those new paradigms of powerful, paradigms of unlimited, unstoppable, undeniable. And so, Fernando, I'm not sure if you're there, if you could put the link in the chat. Let me see. There you go. Great. So if you guys see the link in the chat right now, if you click on that link, you can set up a time to speak to us. And let us show you how you can actually build a network like this in much more rapid time. And let us really show you how to get that dream life. Again, you can keep trying to do it on your own, right? Through trial and error. But what I found is that through having a coach and having a mentor, somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to recognize those blind spots and to help push you, right? All my clients know, I always tell them, look, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'll tell you what you need to know to get you where you want to go. And we've had amazing results. As I said, we have clients in 26 countries around the world, and we've helped hundreds of people change their thinking, change their results, and we want to help you too. So I hope you've enjoyed the steps that we shared here tonight on building a network. I want to see all of you take action right now. I want to know in the chat, let me know in the chat right now, who just booked a call with us, all right? Because your life is really, truly about to change. It's going to take off. I have a saying that the universe loves speed. Success loves speed. But guess what? In order to get that speed done correctly, we have to do what? We have to follow heaven's first law. What is heaven's first law? It's order. We need to put order into your thinking, and then into your feelings, and then into your actions. And we've been very good at helping people do that. So I want to see all of you book a call right now. Book in a call. Great. Love it. It's absolutely free. You're going to spend 30 minutes with us, and we're going to really go over and share with you how to get you where you want to go, how to do it very quickly. All right. The last week's training someone's asking was recorded. If you actually put your email in there or reach out to Fernando or Pamela in the chat, they can actually, I think we may still have the recordings available, but I'll have to check on that. Tomorrow's open, book it. April Sellers, great. Love it, you guys. Let's go. Christine, wonderful. My income quadrupled in less than 1 year, and the people in TIR are amazing. So TIR is actually part of our Million and You coaching program. It's called Thinking into Results. That is the culmination of 60 years of what Bob Proctor taught. And it is an amazing program. It will actually transform and change your life. We're going to spend time over the course of 24 weeks getting you to lesson one, right? Lesson one is a worthy ideal. What is it that you truly, really want? When you talk about building that network to millions, are you just putting down names that you think you can get? Or are you writing down who you really, truly want to partner with? Because anything's possible. And so we spend, as I said, repetition is the only way. So we spend 2 weeks on each lesson. From there, we're going to start to talk about the knowing, doing gap. You know, a lot of us know a lot of stuff, but we don't necessarily do what we know how to do. Why is that? We have this gap. And then we're going to start to look at habits and paradigms. And then we're going to look at your marvelous, miraculous mind. The brightest scientist in the world doesn't even have a clue about what you're capable of. And we're going to start to look at that. We're going to start to look at the three pieces of your mind, right? On a very basic level, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your body. And then we're going to start to look at who you are. Who you are is somebody who is pure perfection. Spiritual DNA is absolutely perfect. And then we're going to apply this to the same stuff that you apply this to building a network. How do you bust through the terror barrier? How do you overcome procrastination? How do you overcome doubt? How do you actually then build a self-image of somebody who says, I am worthy and I deserve to have a network of people that are millionaires and billionaires? You know, it's true. Your net worth is your network. And so let's get the 5 closest people around you to be the ones that are the top of the industry leaders that you look up to, the people that you want to partner with and do business with. Not because you feel like you have no other choice, but because you want to. And then let's look at what it takes to be a great leader. In order to be a great leader, you first have to become a great follower. I was a great follower. I studied everything that Bob and Les taught me, right? And so in order to be a great leader, you have to be a great follower. And then let's talk about how do we change our beliefs so that when we write out this network of people we want to partner with, we actually believe it to be true. Right? A lot of you sometimes will ask goals about what would you love to make in a year, and you'll write $1 million, something like that. And there's always that nervous laugh. That's because we don't truly, really believe it. So let us help you and work with you on changing your belief system, right? You can borrow mine because I know all of you are capable of building the network of your dreams and creating millions of dollars. Then we're going to talk about making quantum leaps. How can you go from 0 to 6 figures? How can you launch a new business? How can you leave a job that is uninspiring and unfulfilling and then quickly start to do something else and go after what you truly, really love to do? We'll talk about mastermind. How do you build and use your network of people to help other people? And that's what we do over the course of the 24 weeks. So I want to see some more people in there. Use the link, John Bolden, LaShonda, Denise. Yes, you guys can click that link. Let us know if you're having any trouble booking that call. April, great job. Fernanda, let me know who else has booked a call. Selena, great. Use the link in the chat. Now, we still have a few minutes. So does anyone have any questions at all about networking or about anything that we do? Let us know in the chat if you guys have any questions you want to ask me. We'd love to stick around and answer anything. All right. 2 o'clock is good. I see several. I love it. Take action, right? I love one of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Hill interviewed 500 of the top business people of his time, right? Andrew Carnegie, at that time, the richest man in the world, said, I'm going to introduce you to the top, the richest of the rich. And what happened? Hill found that all 500 of them, without fail, agreed on one thing, that they all made decisions quickly and changed their mind slowly. They weren't afraid to fail because they knew that when they put their mind to something, it was going to be accomplished, right? And so take action. Let's go. Let us show you how to build this network together. Let us help you. Let us help you get you where you want to go. School ended today. I booked a call to my kids who are in camp. All right. Well, let us know about what time works for you. And Selena said best decision she ever made. Thank you. Again, thank you to a lot of our current and past clients. We also have some amazing people on this call. There are leaders. There are leaders from our program who have been with us for the last 1.5 to 2 years. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge them right now. They put on and put in so many hours of work to help support you guys, to help support us and our vision and our mission. So thank you, Donato and Selena and Carmen and Pamela for all that you do, and Kalisha. And then a special thank you to Fernanda. She is my fiance, and she is absolutely amazing. I know at times that I maybe can be a little challenging, but I am so grateful. I am very blessed, really. And when I say that you can build and create a relationship of your dreams, I really mean it, because there's nothing I wouldn't trade to have that relationship, really. And someone who pushes me to be better in all areas, right? And so that's what's possible. Again, thank you to Pamela. Again, a huge thank you to Abby and her for all that she's done to help us over these last few weeks and months, and Anna Maria and her team, and then Maya for all that you do as well. There's a lot of people, you guys, behind the scenes that you want to take time to acknowledge. And so thank you for everyone. Does anyone have any questions? If you want to just put it in the chat, I will answer anything. If you are anything to do with networking, somebody's saying, Fernanda, that the link is not working. If you guys can make sure that you reach out to them and get them the system, all right? Calendar should go out. The calendar should be able to go out a few weeks, you guys. Again, if you can't book a call, I want you to take Fernanda. If you'll put your email in the box and just email Fernanda, we'll make sure that we work out a time to get you guys on the call. I already made tons of notes. Excellent. Anyone else have any questions at all? Just go ahead and put it in the chat. All right. Anybody? We'll wait one more minute. And then otherwise, I want to thank you guys for your time. I know you have choices, and I want to appreciate you for being here. For those of you who are able to watch this on the replay, I just encourage you. Don't ever be limited in your thinking. Don't ever be limited in your feelings, beliefs, and actions. And let's help and work with you to create the life of your dreams. All right? So if you have any questions or any issues on booking a call, please reach out to Pamela or Fernanda. Their emails are in the chat. And I look forward to speaking with all of you and helping you build that network of your dreams. All right. So thank you, everybody. Have an amazing rest of your evening. You will find this. I believe Fernanda can answer that. This will be live inside of the Million and You Facebook group. We'll host or have that up there. Is that correct, Fernanda? If you could just let them know in the chat. So somebody's asking about if I collect rocks. I have a geode in the background, that amethyst. I have a few. I have three large ones of those, and and another quartz one as well. So yeah, I enjoy that kind of stuff. Yes, April, Fernandez said the replay, you can watch it in our Facebook group and also on YouTube. All right. So I want to thank everybody for your time. Make sure you take action, apply the steps that you used tonight. Let us help you. Let us work with you to show you how to build a network, and we can do it with you very quickly. All right. All right. I think that's it. All right, everyone. I want to, again, thanks for taking the time to enjoy this and spend this time with us. Look forward to seeing all of you inside of the Million in You exclusive coaching community. And Fernandez said the page should be fixed by now. Evidently, we had a slight issue with the page. So, again, if you will put the link one more time, Fernanda, I'm not sure what happened with the page. But, again, the link should be fixed. There you go. All right. So, everyone, look forward to speaking to you. Have an amazing rest of your evening and amazing rest of your weekend. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.